Today I'm going to teach you about how to blend research into your own writing. It's easy enough to look up an article, find one sentence, and then copy-paste it into a document. But doing research this way is pointless and results in writing that sounds forced. Even if you don't want to become a professional writer, chances are you want what you write to sound good. So let's get started. The topic I'll be researching today is ketogenic dieting. Is it a fad or a way of life? Before you get started researching, it's crucial to capture some of your own thoughts. I like to start with two main categories to do this. What do I think is the first? Well, I think the keto diet is misunderstood by a lot of people and that they use and abuse it. I think the keto diet doesn't work the same or even well for everyone. I also think the keto diet isn't a diet. You get the picture. The next category is, what do I know? Well, I know the keto diet means eating fewer carbs than the average American, but basically, I know I don't know enough, even though I think I know a lot. That's where research comes into play. Let's head over to Google, where I'll type in, is a low-carb diet bad for you? As usual, Google returns thousands of results. I'll focus on the content in green, which lets me evaluate the source each article is coming from. I stop at the Mayo Clinic, and then I see health.harvard.edu. Seems like a great choice. Once the article pulls up, I'll give it a quick overview. How long is it? What kind of vocabulary does it use? Is it something I want to read? This article looks like it's a good length and contains lots of comments that might give me food for thought. I think I'll stick with it. Since my goal is to learn from reading the entire article, I'm not just going to skim it and look for a sentence or two. Instead, I'll copy the full text and place it into a Word document. This is the important part of the process. I actually read the entire article from start to finish. When I reach a part of the article that connects with my own ideas that I already typed out, I'll type in some commentary in bold. This is called annotating. If I feel confident that this is part of the article that I'll use in my paper, I'll go ahead and separate it from the text and even place quotes around it. I'm adding even more of my own thoughts here. This is how you blend research in with your own ideas. At this stage in the process, it doesn't matter if what you're writing makes complete sense or even if it's grammatically correct. All that matters is that you're capturing your thoughts as you're reading the article. By the time I'm done with this process, I'll ideally have a lot of writing in bold. If I don't, that's a good indication that this isn't a great article to use for my paper. Remember, this is all about learning from your research, not just finding one sentence or phrase to copy-paste into the paper you've been assigned. It seems like this article has a lot of good information. I'll go ahead back to Google and copy the URL so I'll have it when I make my reference page later. I add this to the top of the sheet, and I'll also go back and capture the author's name and date. This just makes my job easier when it's time to use an in-text citation. Now it's time to do that blending that we've been talking about. I'll head back down in the article to an area where I typed some commentary in bold. I'm going to add an introduction to the quote, using the author's name. I'm also including the date so that my in-text citation is correct. Adding this before the quote is the first part of what we like to call a quote sandwich. We start with an introduction, go into the quote, and then, after the quote, we add in our own idea or opinion. I'm going to bump down my original comment since it won't be part of my final paper. Next, I'll highlight the entire paragraph. I want to make sure I'm following the 75-25 rule. This means that in any given paragraph, and in the entire essay overall, 75% of the writing is my own, and only 25% belongs to someone else. This is easy to figure out if you look at the bottom left-hand side of the Microsoft Word program. When you highlight a section of words, it will tell you exactly how many words you've highlighted. You can highlight the paragraph as a whole, then highlight the quotation or paraphrase, and divide. Remember, 75% of the writing should be yours, and only 25% should be a direct quote or paraphrase. I'll show you exactly how this works here. The final step is to copy your paragraph and place it into a new document. Then, of course, you'll return to the article, build more quote sandwiches, and return those to your new document to begin your draft. I hope this video has helped you see beyond using copy-paste as a research technique and shown you that doing real research doesn't have to be hard.